Hello Libra, Sun, Moon and all rising signs. This is going to be your 2025 tarot reading. I'm not taking into account all of the astrological stuff that's going on for you at the moment. This is just for people who have these placements that happen to come across this video. It's just a unique little thing for you. Today I'm going to be using the Sacred Forest Oracle, and then I've got the Tarot of the Divine here as well. So we're going to be asking a bunch of questions today, but before we go forward into 2025, we're just going to reel it back in for a second and look at 2024. The question we're going to ask is, what lessons has 2024 brought you? Where have you been and what have you learned? So let's just pull some cards. So we've got courage, grace, and we've got activation here. So sorry, also today we're out in the elements, so there's a little bit of like a breeze going. I hope that you can still hear me. Yeah, just saying. So I feel like 2024 has helped you to realize a lot of things about fear and kind of just doing things regardless of being scared, because with courage, and even strength, it's not about being fearless and, you know, just not having a complete absence of fear. It's just not about that. Being courageous is about being scared and just moving through that and trusting yourself to be able to handle it, even if there's an element of unknown, or you're kind of catastrophizing a little bit, or, you know, just thinking of the worst case scenario. It's you've built a bit of more of a foundation for yourself to deal with stuff like this. So that's awesome. Congrats. Grace is self-explanatory. They kind of go hand in hand. This is you taking or holding grace and space for yourself during these times, and it's almost very similar to a lot of the other readings that we've been doing for the 2025 readings for the signs, and a lot like the other 2025 readings that I've done. It's just a new sort of chapter that you're about to walk into. 2024 was definitely wrapping a lot of lessons up for you. That's what I'm getting anyway. I'm just going to pull some tarot cards now just to build on that, and then we'll move into the present. So we've got Page of Wands reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the King of Coins reversed. Okay, so there might have been some financial sort of issues going on in your life in 2024, and a lot of lessons, because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is pretty much misfortune, but I don't necessarily see it as you know, awful things happening for no good reason. The Wheel of Fortune reverse is very much about lessons and the universe steering you into a direction that you maybe don't really want to go down, but you have to in order to understand certain things in your life and to understand yourself, understand your path. Sometimes the way that we want things to go isn't exactly how it's going to pan out, but you've really learnt to flow with this and to kind of just trust the process, for sure. There definitely feels a bit of a block that you've moved through as well, maybe even a creative block. If you felt you maybe haven't even had any type of direction, I feel moving into 2025, you've cleared out all these lessons so that you can kind of make space for this new path that you're walking into. So that's a vibe. I might just pull one more just to round off on this. 6 of Wands. I feel like this is like conquering yourself, like just fully having like a bigger understanding of yourself and how your brain works, and how and why certain things have kind of come into your life so that you can grow as a person. Yeah, like I feel like similar to the what reading did I do yesterday? It was a Gemini reading. There just seems like a little bit of a release that's happened, but it's like a relief though. It's like you can look back on 2024 and be like, oh my god, like maybe that was a little bit chaotic at times, and there were things that you know, were rough, but like now that I'm here and I can see where I am, like it's just like so worth it. So yeah, that's what we've got for your lessons in 2024. I think it's just good to kind of go back and see like where we've been so that we can kind of understand what we have moving forward. So the next question is, what does the universe want you to focus on right now? So we've got knowledge, chaos, right, and then we've got power. So maybe some of that 2024 energy, because like we're still in January right now, so we're not fully like into the new year. We're still kind of like getting our stuff sorted, figuring out like, you know, what's next. So maybe this 2025 energy, this like chaos, lessons, blah 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 blah, some of that is kind of still bleeding into the present, but you are in a much better place than you were January 2024. Wait, am I saying that right? Like you're in a much better place now than you were January 2024. Like you're much more equipped to actually deal with whatever life is kind of throwing at you at the moment. If anything, like you probably have like a better sort of plan about how to manage things. Just remember like your own personal power and your own like you have control over situations. Like there's always something that you can do, and this is a general reading, so this may resonate on different levels for different people. It could be like career, personal, mental growth, it could be so many different things, relationships. So yeah, I'll get into the tarot now, just so we can add to this. So we've got King of Swords reverse. This is like definitely you being like hard on yourself. I think that's definitely like a big lesson for some people who are like coming across this reading, because the King of Swords reverse can be a bit of like a dick. Like, because the King of Swords is generally like very how do I put it, like logical, discerning, this is how things are, and they kind of detach from like the emotion of things, and it's very like in reverse, like this vibe is so like mental, do you know what I mean? It's like too much like in the head, like worrying so much that like, I don't know, like you're your own like worst critic in the situation. Like whatever you're worrying about is just, sorry, like if the wind is just making this really hard to hear, like you're being like way too hard on yourself about something, or like whether that's like imposter syndrome, thinking that like you're not capable of doing something, or you don't deserve something, or you're stupid or look stupid, like I don't know. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this King of Swords reverse. It's just like too harsh. Temperance, yeah, you need to like balance this energy, but like that's just something that's gonna naturally like happen. Like you've been through the lessons, you're going through the lessons, like this is just a natural energy that's like kind of falling into your place at the moment. Like again, you're better off right now than you were last year this time, so just remember that, and remember that like you've gained a lot of insight and messages like from this time, these lessons. Death, okay, so like major change. And then we've got Page of Swords, which is very like knowledge, logical, air sign vibes. So I just like really feel like you're going through a huge mental shift at the moment. And with death, like change is good. Yes, we want to move into a new chapter, but it can be painful sometimes. We can grieve the past, whether that's like a past version of us, or like past relationships that we've maybe had to let go of, or you know, jobs, like whatever that is. Like there's things when we move into a new chapter that we need to grieve over, and we need to adjust to like move into the future. So I really think that the vibe here is to just take it easy, be nicer to yourself, like for God's sakes. Like that's just the, yeah, like because it just really feels like with this chaos card, I might just kind of dive into that for 2 secs actually. So you can see that this is a storm, but storms are so necessary in order for nature to like rejuvenate. What, you know, gets broken down gets rebuilt bigger and better. So like it's just a natural part of life. So try not to keep beating yourself up if you keep like running into the same lesson. Like be gentle with yourself and just kind of reel it in and be like, okay, why is this happening? But not in a way that's like, oh my god, I'm so stupid, like I keep doing this thing, but it just like, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like I hope I'm making sense. I don't know, like these readings have just been coming out very cryptic sometimes, and I think it's just because they're so general. This is a reading for so many people, so it's just going to relate in so many ways. But overall, you know, trust the process, trust yourself, be nice to yourself. Like you know, can't have everything figured out overnight. It's a lesson, it's a learning process, so you know, just flow with it. So we are now into the future readings. Where are we? What is our first question? So what is your main challenge of 2025 and how do you overcome it? So I'm gonna pull maybe like 2 from this oracle. What is the main challenge and how is Libra going to overcome it? Transcending and expansion, right. Your main challenge of 2025 is like being able to see the bigger picture and to get out of your head. So these guys have like a bird's eye view. Pegasus, they also symbolize freedom, and they're obviously like they're looking above the big forest. So it's kind of your biggest challenge is moving out of your head, because like when we I don't know, like in our little world and we're facing our problems and we're not really getting out of our space, actually, which comes to that second card, expansion, which we'll get onto in a second, like if we're not like getting out of our head or our house or our whatever, like our environment, we think that that is all that exists. So you need to take time to do different things and to see different things. So we're going to move on to this expansion card, which is about expansion, like going out, like getting and doing bigger. So for example, like this could mean doing something different, like going on a different walk than what you usually go down, or I don't know, just doing something completely different, taking a little road trip, or like reading a new book, or like, I don't know, just doing something outside of whatever you're containing yourself in. Because when you put your focus on something new, you completely neglect the problem that you're currently dealing with and like drowning in, basically. So if you take that time to like separate yourself from it, don't even pay any mind to it, like it helps you to kind of reground and prioritize like what is actually true and what really matters to you in that situation, rather than being in the chaos that we've been talking about. So I'm going to pull some tarot just to build on that. Oop. Six of Cups. Okay, this is about like connecting to your inner child, doing things that make you light up, taking time to nurture yourself. So whether that's like painting, or I don't know why I thought of gymnastics, but you know, sport, whatever it is that you would have loved doing as a kid, going like snorkeling, going I don't know, build a freaking fort out of blankets, do whatever the hell you want, there's no rules. Just do something that is like unproductive, like it's not unproductive, but it's like society sees it as unproductive. Do something like that is completely not tied to money or to validation or anything like that. Like just do something for you that makes you happy. Screw everyone else or whatever the hell's going on in your life. That is definitely the answer here. Knight of Swords. Actually, I might just like pull one more. It's actually funny that we've got two white horses here. So, and they're both being ridden. So that's just like big freedom vibes. Again, Hangman. Yeah, you need to get out of your own way and get out of your space. That's how you're gonna deal with this, because you'll find that maybe the problems like don't even become so much of like, I don't know, they aren't as big anymore. It's like, yeah, they might still be there, but it's like the more that you pour into yourself, like the less loud and aggressive these problems seem. So I really think that that's just like the biggest thing here, is just to like separate yourself from the situation, come back to your own energy, but like not in like an overthinking way. Like come back to like the core of you, like who are you, like what do you like. That is the antidote to any challenges that come up for you this year. And then yeah, we've got the Two of Coins. So balance again. Like obviously you need to like prioritize logical things, like you need to pay your bills and you need to do this and you need to, you know, water your garden, like all that kind of stuff. But there's like a balance between like the actual, like, you know, productive things, and the things that are, you know, that we're actually here to do, like the things that feed our soul and make us happy. So that is that. I feel like you're fully capable of doing this. Like, this is just almost like a continuation of the lesson that you've been going through in 2024, except you're just you're gonna find it like way better to, I can't even English right now, you're gonna find it easier to deal with than how it has been in the past. So what is our next question? What area of your life will experience the most significant growth and transformation in 2025? Family. I'm seeing this also as just community in general. So this is understanding like your place in like other people's lives, and just appreciating yourself and like feeling appreciated as well. This is like family, community, friends. Like, this is not just blood family, this is like soul family. Like, just understanding like your worth and what you bring to the table, the spice that you bring to the curry, because the curry would not be whatever type of curry it is without your spice. So how am I gonna put this? Like, let's just say that your soul family is a glazed donut with some sprinkles. You are the sprinkles, and if you weren't the sprinkles and there was no sprinkles there, then it wouldn't be the glazed donut that it was meant to be. Do you know what I mean? Stupid analogy, I'm sorry. But you get what I mean. Like, this is just like feeling appreciated and you know, understanding like your role in your community. Passage. Yeah, there's just lots of new growth kind of happening. Like, well, what is this? Focus. This still feels kind of like mental, like a mental shift. Like, and then we have courage again. Yeah, this is a mental shift. Just like your understanding of yourself and your place and who you are and what you like and where you want to go, especially where you want to go with this passage card, is becoming a lot clearer for you. And I just feel like you're definitely going to be like a new person mentally. And I think I said the same thing for Gemini as well, but kind of came up. Maybe this is like I don't know if this is an everyone energy, but yeah, like you're gonna be able to face things a lot easier, and I think you're already feeling that for sure. Just challenges, hurdles aren't like, they don't seem as high as what they were before. And then we have a love. So look, maybe that could mean like a few things. Like the love card, like that could be love for yourself and your community, which I definitely feel. But I think naturally, like fully understanding yourself more. There's like a little jumping spider on my camera. Understanding yourself on a deeper level, and you know, being able to hold space for yourself invites better relationships in, on all levels, whether that's like romantic, friendship, or like just deepening like family connections. When you respect yourself and you're able to set boundaries and you're able to like you know, do things that you want to do, like that in turn, like, how do I put it, like people treat you different as well. People have like more respect for you, and it's kind of like telling the universe, like, if I love myself, then like I'm inviting that in for myself. Like, even if you're not even intentionally doing that, like, that's just what the universe is going to give you. If you love yourself, you're going to receive love in many different forms. So we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Like, you're really letting go of a lot of stuff. Like, this could be relationships. Just letting go of a lot of stuff, people that are not serving you. Two of Swords. Being like really in touch with yourself, and just, yeah, like knowing like where to cut cords, where to take steps, where to pour into, what is right for you. Being able to differentiate anxiety with like from intuition, because like they're not the same thing. So if we are anxious about something, like that's obviously coming from like a survival thing. So maybe something happened in the past that is making our nervous system be like, oh no, like this is wrong, like this doesn't feel okay. Like, it's just literally our body responding to something that seems familiar to, like, from the past, if that makes sense. But intuition is like calm. Intuition is just like, I know this, and it's not like, how do I put it? It's not like a freaking out kind of a thing. But of course, like with your nervous system, if you're freaking out, sometimes you are right. So, but which is why it's confusing. So, like, our nervous system is there for a reason. Not all anxiety is bad. But I think that, sorry to go off on like a bit of a tangent about this, but like the message here is that you're being able to like discern all of these things a lot better. Like, you're a lot more in touch with yourself. At least, like, if you're not now, like, you will be by the end of 2025. You're going to have a much deeper sense of self. Death again. Okay, this is going to be a very big year for you. It's just, yeah, like once you decide to like let go of a lot of things, that's when all this abundance is going to come in. But this is like a process. I'm going to pull one more. The Chariot reverse. No, this makes me want to pull another one. Okay, we're going to do that. What's at the bottom? We've got the Eight of Swords reversed. So this is like breaking the chains. Realizing that you're not trapped. There's a whole world out there for you. It's just freeing yourself from like your mental prison. So yeah, like I don't really know what else to add to that, I'm sorry, but yeah, you're having a very big shift in your mental space in 2025. Let's just get on to the next question. What is that? So, what abundance is coming your way in 2025 is what we're going to ask. Flexibility, playfulness. I swear that the Gemini reading had these cards come out like one after the other for one of these questions as well. Growth, prosperity. So those like financial issues that I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, I think I said that like you might have had some financial issues last year. That's clearing majorly. That's the first thing that I'm getting. And with this like money shift as well, like you're gonna be able to like just do a lot more. Like you're gonna see like the, how do I put it, like the value in money, and like the freedom and the playfulness and flexibility or whatever that like having like a little bit more in your pocket allows you to do. But not just, this is not just about money though, this is just being able to like have fun, like because you can have fun like regardless of like having money or not, but that's just like a side thing. One more, manifesting dreams. What's that like Youngblood song? I think he says like you need to kill somebody to be somebody, or be who you want to be, like something like that. That song, whatever that is it just jumped into my brain. It's like who you once were will absolutely be no longer by 2025, but for the best. Not to say that like not to like hate on your past self or anything like that, but like growth is just inevitable. As you can see in this card, it's toadstools, it's mushrooms. They grow from the dirt, they grow from decay, from all those things. It's like life coming from death. So while you know you might go through like an uncomfortable period still, like lessons are still going to kind of keep coming, you are gonna be able to like loosen the reins, like loosen your grip on the reins a little bit and just kind of relax and just go with it a lot more. But definitely like this prosperity could be money, like finding more success like financially, but also just like moving forward with your dreams, literally, like this card says. What have we got here? 5 of Swords. I just really keep getting like this, there's going to be some sort of like abundance that comes in from you letting go of something. So 5 of Swords, like this is just kind of like winning, but at the cost of what? It's like, I don't know, just getting some sort of like vibe with like relationships and like letting go of relationships, letting go of needing to be like right with certain people, letting go of the need to convince other people of your opinions and your side and your life choices, whatever. It's just like the freedom that comes from that, whether that is just walking away from people fully, or just like walking away from the situation, or letting something go, like some sort of conflict or whatever. There's just so much that comes in from that. And we have the Lovers. Maybe you are getting some loving. And then we have the Ace of Cups actually. So look, you know, some people like, so I don't see the Lovers always as like literal romance between two people. It can be, but like, I don't know, just from the cards that have already come up, like I think a lot of you are with this mental shift inviting in a partner if you don't already have one, or like a deepening of that relationship if you do. In general, like the Lovers is just two things that are super aligned, that are able to elevate each other, coming together to just make something like even more elevated. So regardless of whether this means like a romantic thing or a friendship thing or a family thing for you, or even just like coming into alignment with your goals, like goals that don't even necessarily involve people, this, like, there's a huge shift coming in for you this year. Like, the lessons that you've been through, like, you've already been through the worst. Like, you're just kind of in the middle phase right now. Like, on the other side of this, on the other side of all these challenges, like, there's just gonna be so much good stuff for you, especially with this Ace of Cups, because that is like overflowing love. Like, your cup is so filled that you're able to pour into everyone else's cup, or like, you know, all the other cups that you have that are like your hobbies and your dreams and whatever. So hell yeah. Like, I'm gonna pull maybe one more and then we'll go on to the next question. We got the Queen of Swords reversed. So we had the King of Swords reversed before as well. But yeah, for me this feels like a hesitancy. Hesitancy, is that a word? It is now. It feels like being maybe hesitant to move away from certain things, but just know that these are for your highest good. It's okay to be discerning. It's okay to say no to things that aren't fully serving you. You don't have to feel obliged to hang out with anyone or do anything that you, I don't know, is draining you. But I don't know, it could be, a few examples are coming to mind, but like, this genuinely could be anything for anyone. So we'll just leave it at that. Let's just go on to the next question. This is a vibe. Yay. What is, I think we're up to the last question now. So that is, what advice does the universe have for you in 2025? Oh, what am I doing? I'm literally like shuffling the oracle cards into the tarot. Just having a little moment here. We've had a lot of advice already, but let's just see if there's anything else. Well, okay, like this one was just flipped over in the deck, so let's just take this as well. Protection. Protect your energy. Like I was saying before, like, you don't need to feel obliged to do anything with or for anyone. Like, that's just that's what's coming into my brain for some reason. Whether you've got connections in your life that are draining, or like you feel like you need to constantly commit to doing something with like a bunch of people. Yeah, I don't know why that's coming into my head, but it is. You don't have to. You're your own person, and that's kind of like a big lesson that has come in for you, is like you taking control over yourself and your life and where your energy goes. Having boundaries is self-protection. If you wake up one day and you know you're exhausted and you can't be bothered socializing, like, it's okay to just be like, hey, let's do it another day. Even, what have we got here? This is just, so we've got flow. That's just also a continuation, really, like a continuation of what you've already been doing. It's just something that you're going to get better at. It's just flowing through with the lessons. We've got family again and focus again. So this really, I feel like, is affirming that this very much could have a lot to do with relationships, and just prioritizing yourself above all, having boundaries, respecting yourself, and trusting that in turn the right people will respect you and your boundaries. Because if you put a boundary up, you're like, no, I don't want to do that, or no, like, that's not for me, whatever, and people try to push back, they don't respect you and they don't respect your boundaries. Maybe they're not for you. So I don't know, I'm just getting like this energy of you cutting certain relationships from your life. Like, it might not even be like fully cutting them, it could be distancing. At the end of the day, this is just about you prioritizing yourself and what you want above all, and just trusting that the right relationships will stay in your life when you do that. And we have power again, which this is just literally what I'm talking about, like you having power over yourself, over your life, having discernment, being like, this is how I want to live, like I'm gonna do things my way, whether people like it or not, or think weird about it or not, like I don't care. Like, my mental health is a priority, because I have to live here in my body and my head. Like, I have to be here, not anyone else. So I gotta, you know, stick up for myself, because who else is gonna do it? Like, I'm the only one living in this body, living in this life, you know. That's the energy from these cards that I'm getting. Let's pull a few more tarot just to round off. Tower. So the storm continues, but like, that's so funny how we got like the storm, and we've had I think we had death a couple times. What was the other one? There was another card that I'm like forgetting, but there's just this energy of like renewal and change, like very big change. But like, this is all about trusting the change, trusting the universe, trusting yourself. Because yeah, there might be like a lot of times, there may be quite a few times or moments this year where you feel like completely like you're walking in the dark with no torch, but just trust. Like, you just have to trust your instincts to lead you to exactly where you are going. Six of Wands again, like, appreciate yourself, appreciate where you've been, appreciate the lessons, appreciate your capabilities, because like, you are so capable, otherwise like you wouldn't be here. The universe doesn't give you lessons that you aren't able to handle. We've also got the High Priestess here in reverse. So for me, like, I'm feeling this is like the High Priestess energy, but like extra within, super in touch with yourself, like you being super in touch with yourself. That's what you have to do, like reel it back in, meditate, have some you time, whatever that means, whether that's like going for a walk or whatever. Like, do something by yourself, with yourself, to hear yourself when these chaotic moments kind of come through, because the answers are always going to be there. You're totally capable, totally powerful, slaying. Let's just see what's on the bottom of the deck, just to round off on this. Yeah, we've got the Five of Coins in reverse. So this card is about hope, and kind of being at like a point where you're like, I don't know what's going on or what to do or whatever. Like, just hold the faith. Hold the faith. Like, they're literally outside a church, as you can see there. Like, trust in the universe. No matter what happens, just trust whatever the hell's going on, and be nicer to yourself. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and it wasn't super mumbo jumbo and you understood it. I hope that you got what you needed from this reading. If you did like this video, please feel free to give it a like. It helps me out, and it also helps to get the video out to other people who may need this. So yeah, I'm also doing one-on-one tarot readings again. That is just in the description. It's on my Etsy. So yeah, if you're keen on that, I am doing those again. yeah, otherwise I hope you have a lovely day and a happy new year.